Hey there everybody, this is Corey Huff with theabundantartist.com, and today I have a very cool video walkthrough of Elegant Themes' Divi WordPress theme. And I'm very excited about this theme because Divi allows you to create your WordPress theme and page layout in whatever way you want with a very simple to use interface. So we're going to walk quickly through how to set up an artist website using the Divi theme, and I'll show you some other neat goodies at the end. All right, so I'm on the Divi theme here, the Divi theme page here. Obviously, you'd have to go download the theme. You pay for it. It's not very much. It's like you can get all the themes on Elegant Themes for $69 or something like that. But I'm going to show you why it's worth it. So I'm going to close this. This is Melissa Dinwiddie. You probably have heard of her if you're a blog reader. And her website is built on Divi. Now there's all kinds of things here. You see all these drop-down quotes and all these different items in the columns. All of this stuff is pretty easy to recreate with the Divi theme, and I'm going to show you how. We're not going to copy Melissa's site, but I just wanted to show you a really neat site that can be made with the Divi theme. So first things first, you need to have some sort of hosting platform. There are lots of hosting platforms out there that you can use. Right now I am in my hosting platform's cPanel, and I am going to install WordPress. So most cPanel platforms have some sort of simple scripts installation program. You can see right here it says simple scripts, and right there next to it is WordPress. So I'm going to click on WordPress, and you can ignore all the other sites that I've built, and I'm just going to click install. I'm going to create a website for Leonardo da Vinci. So normally, if you were building your own website, you would not have something at the end here. You would just install it on whatever domain name you wanted to install it on. In this instance, I'm doing it as a subfolder, but normally you would not do that. So I'm going to unclick these other themes because I don't need them, and create a username and password for yourself. Make sure you leave that automatically create new database checked, and hit complete. All right, now that your site is done installing, there's one other thing that you should have in place before you start building your site. You want to make sure that your art is photographed and edited for your site. There is a blog post here that I'll link to in below that shows you how to photograph your art and edit it for your website. I've already got some art prepared in this folder here, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, so now that we know that the site is created, I'm going to go to this login URL. I'm going to type in my username and password. So now I've logged into the WordPress dashboard, and let's just ignore all of this for now. You can see the basic default WordPress doesn't look anything like any sort of useful artist website. So how do we get from here to something that looks awesome? Let's go to, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the WordPress settings. And we're going to go to permalinks. And this is important because this will affect the way that you set up your site down the road. So we're going to change the permalink structure to post name. And basically that just makes it so that when WordPress creates the URL for each new blog post or item that you upload, it grabs the title of that thing. So we're just going to hit Save Changes. We're just going to check the WordPress settings real quick and change the name to Leonardo da Vinci for the site title. And we're going to leave all the rest of the settings as they are. So the first thing we need to do is we need to upload Divi. So assuming that you have purchased Divi and downloaded it, we're going to go to Appearance and then Themes. And there's a bunch of themes here already, and I've already uploaded the Divi theme, but if I were going to upload it again, I would click on Add New, click on Upload Theme, and then choose File, and then grab Divi and hit Install Now. And now that I've installed Divi, I'm going to click on Activate, and I've now activated Divi. So I'm on my site, I hit refresh, and it looks slightly different, but obviously we're still not there yet. So the next thing is to go ahead and create all of my image portfolios. So in Divi, that's called projects. We're going to go to projects. Okay, so we're in the all projects area, and I'm going to click add new. And we're going to call this, oops. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create the individual, we're going to upload the individual pieces of art. So the first one is going to be part of my first series. So we're going to click that and say add new category. And then each individual image needs its own featured image. So I've uploaded this blue head and say set featured image. So we're going to call this blue head and click publish. I can also add here size 24 by 24, pencil on paper, update, and we're going to add a couple more to this series. Set featured image, upload file, blue Sforza, publish, okay, so we've now uploaded 3 images in a series. Now I'm going to show you how to add all of those images to a grid layout so that people can see thumbnails of all your images in one place. So we're going to pages, add new. We'll call this series 1. And this is where we turn on the magic of Divi. So we click use page builder, and this sort of non-standard WordPress layout appears. We say insert column, and this is going to be how wide you want the page. So how much space on the page do you want your portfolio to take up? Obviously you want it to take up the full width. And then we say insert modules, and this is where we find the portfolio. And we have the option of full width images or a grid of images. So we're going to go a grid for right now. And then we're going to pick the categories, which is series 1. And then all the rest of it, you can choose to show the title of the image or the category of the image. We will go ahead and click save and publish. View page, and boom, you've got 3 thumbnails there. You can click on any of these and you'll get a larger version along with the text that we added in there before. Let's go back to projects, add new. And it's going to be a different series, maybe an older series or a series you're working on concurrently. And we'll call it series 2. Add new category. And set featured image. Upload files. And add one more. And let's say that you want to get rid of some of this other stuff that we're not using, some of this stuff that's maybe a little confusing. We can go to screen options, get rid of custom fields and excerpt, get rid of ET settings, and tags, and just leave it like that. Now we got rid of some of that other junk that was cluttering up the page. Series 2, set featured image, shoulder and neck 3. Publish. Okay, so now we need to create a page for those projects. We'll go pages, add new. We'll call it series 2. turn on the page builder, full width portfolio, and this time we click Series 2, hit Save, and hit Publish. View page. And this one is, we chose the grid image, or excuse me, the full width image. So you remember, if we go back to the portfolio option, here we chose full width, here we chose grid. So that's what full width looks like. All of the image is nice and large on one page. These are probably a little bit too large, but you get the idea of what's possible. From here, the next thing to do is we want to create our website's homepage. So we go back again to Pages, Add New. And this is where we get sort of fancy with Divi. We're going to call this the homepage. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say Insert Column. Get that full width column, and then we want a full width image. And we're going to pick an image. I am going to upload these images. And I'm going to make this one my full width image. There's some other options here for adding some alt text, which we explain in that post on how to prepare your images for the web, and some other options that you don't need to worry about. Click Save, and if I hit Publish and View Page, you'll see I've got that one large image on the home page of my site, which is a great way to feature your best work. Now let's say that you want to feature your best work there at the top, but you want to add some additional options down here at the bottom. Let's show you how to do that as well. Let's go ahead and say Insert Modules. Oops. We're going to add a row. We're going to add a row below that large image. We're going to make it 3 images. We're going to insert a module here. We're going to insert image 1, which will be this one here, artillery. And if we want to make that image a link to a specific page on your website, like maybe you want to have it linked to your first series, just grab the link to that series and then paste it there and hit Save. We're going to do the same thing with some other images. Hit Save. So for this final module, instead of adding a third image, I want to add my newsletter opt-in. So in order to do that, I need to fiddle around with the Divi theme options, which we do here, and open the theme options, and we go down to the MailChimp API key and insert that. I will post a link in this blog post that will show you how to get your MailChimp API key. And once you've posted that in there, go ahead and refresh your page, and we'll say Insert Module, Subscribe, pick the right list, hit Save, and update that page. And if you view the page, you see you've got your big image again, and then down below it, you got the other 2 images you added, as well as the Join the Mailing List. And obviously you can play around with the color and the layout of this and fiddle with that to your heart's content. Now if I click on this image here, remember that I had linked it to my series. So for this, you can use one of the images from your series and have that be a link over to your individual series. Now let's say you want to add some additional descriptions above or below those images. We can go add row and then move that row above those images, insert columns, and insert a text module. Say series 1, a little about this series. And let's just make that a little bit bigger. Hit save. Do the same thing here. Update, and we view that page. You can see that the text that I've added above those images is there. This is a great way to add some descriptions and add a little more depth to your home page. The mailing list is still there, and there's this stuff down at the bottom. Now Divi gives you, by default, it has the RSS feed and social media buttons there. You can change those in the Divi theme options. We go down to Facebook profile URL, Twitter profile URL, and Google profile URL. You can put those in there. So that's just facebook.com/theabundantartist or whatever makes sense for you. Scroll down to the bottom and hit save. And let's say that you want to get rid of this designed by elegant themes powered by WordPress. If you know a little bit of simple code, you can add some custom CSS in the theme setting section. If you don't know what this is, it's fine. This is for those more advanced users who want to be able to customize the site a little more. And now that designed by elegant themes piece is gone. Let's add a couple more pages. We want to add a contact page. Turn on the page builder, insert a full width column, and insert a contact form. Now the CAPTCHA is that thing that keeps people from being able to spam you. And you can put in whatever email address here, and this email address is where the contact form will send people's information. And hit save. Publish. And if we view that page, see you've got a contact form there, and then we've got the CAPTCHA over on the right hand side. And let's add one more page, two more pages actually. We'll add our about page, and if you're not using the page builder and you just want a very simple page with some info about me and bio, you can change the page layout to full width over here on the right and hit publish. If you view that page, you'll see the information there. And then we're going to add one more page, which is the blog page. And we're going to leave the right sidebar there, hit publish. Now, when I view this page, you'll see I've got the right sidebar there with all the blogging info and a blank place there. How do I get some blog posts there? So first things first, go to posts, add new, and we say my first blog post, some stuff, and an image. And look at me, look how great my latest work is. And hit publish. Now, you go to view post, and you see my first blog post. If we click on the blog page, you notice that the blog post doesn't show up there. So now we have to figure out how to get the blog post to show up there and how to get rid of all of this stuff in the menu. The menu is way too complicated. So let's go to menus. And what we're going to do is we're going to add to the menu all the stuff that we want there. And it's already populated a bunch of pages that we created. We're going to get rid of this sample page. We're going to get rid of this home custom piece. Now we're going to drag these into the order that we want them in. And let's say that I don't want to have each series in my portfolio have a separate menu item. I can create those as a drop down. So what I'm going to do is grab that link back to series 1. I'm going to create a custom link in the menu. Call it portfolio. Move it right here as the second item. And then drag each of my series there and say create menu. And we want to make sure that theme locations uses that as the primary menu. Now, if I click home, you'll see that it's showing the blog posts as my home page, which we'll fix in a second. And I've got each of those menu items that I created, the drop-down menu. So let's fix the home page. For that, we go back to the WordPress settings and say reading. Front page set as the home page, and the post page is the blog page. Hit save changes. And now if I click home, boom. Nice beautiful home page. Got the portfolio there. And the other pages that I created. Couple other neat things about the Divi theme. Obviously, I've only scratched the surface. There's lots you can do with it. One other thing that I wanted to show you is the ability to export page builder layouts. So let's say that you wanted to use the same layouts that I did when I created this page. I just click the download export file, and this file can then be imported into a new website that you create simply by clicking on Tools, Import, WordPress. And it's going to ask you to install a WordPress plugin to import. We're just going to go ahead and say install now. And I am going to grab that XML file that I just downloaded, upload file and import. And there you have the existing page layouts that I already created. So to use those, we go to Pages, Add New. And this is as if you were creating your own pages. And we're going to say use Page Builder, load layout. You've got some predefined layouts that you can use there, as well as the ones that I uploaded. So that's an overview of the Divi theme by Elegant Themes for WordPress and how easy it is to create an artist website using that theme. If you have any questions, please let me know. Elegant Themes has amazing customer service, so if you get stuck with anything, you can definitely go to them for help. They have a great web-based support forum. And thanks so much for listening and for reading The Abundant Artist.